What's up, everybody? Yeah, I know. My schedule got all screwed up again this week. There was a passing and extended family, and I just haven't had the energy to film the way I normally would emotionally. So I promise we're going to get back to the regular schedule next week. You know, all the stuff I talked about in Raz Gets Random, which, by the way, judging by the thumbs up, so far, it is 8 thumbs up and 2 thumbs down, so you all seem to like the idea, so we might continue that series. But anyway, we'll do everything I talked about in that video next week for sure. The schedule will be back as planned, but I got such a good response to my color fix in the last video, and I thought that I would show C920 owners, Logitech C920 HT Pro owners how to, or sorry, I said that all, camera name all backwards. Logitech HT Pro webcam C920, there we go, owners how to get the better picture quality out of this camera, because they may not know. So this is how to get better visual quality with the C920 by utilizing Sony Vegas color correction. Today, on the Razman's Reality. Okay, everybody, so here we are inside Sony Vegas Pro. I have Pro 13, but this should work going back all the way to Pro 10. I don't know about any earlier versions than that because I have Platinum in earlier versions than that, but it hasn't changed all that much except for its ability to handle certain codecs and features better. So this should work if you have anything going back to Pro 10. But as you can see, it's the same raw footage that you just saw in the front of the main video, and there's what it looks like without the color correction change. And there's two things about this tutorial that are obviously going to be different. By the way, if you're wondering why a different mic, why a headset mic for the tutorial part, it's because of the fact that when I use the Yeti anyway for tutorials, I don't have a shock mount yet. It creates a lot of unwanted moving around and sound and things, so I just go onto the headset mic for this tutorial part. The other thing is, I normally do Sony Vegas tutorials in only 720p because Camtasia tends to blow out the screen and make things harder to see in Vegas when you use 1080p, but because I'm doing this tutorial inside a video where you need to see the end result of the video quality in 1080p, this whole thing is going to be re-rendered inside Sony Vegas at 1080p. So if you have any issues seeing this tutorial portion, I recommend after you get done watching it through your YouTube app on your gaming console or smart TV, just go to your regular monitor and just watch this tutorial part again in 720p, and it should be just fine. And I'm actually going to save the template right along with all of you so that you can see how easy this entire process is done. Everybody's workspace, by the way, might look the same. Not everybody will have the same amount of tracks above their main track for overlay as I do, but none of that will matter in this case. So all we need to do is go to Video Effects in the Video Effects tab and go to Levels. I don't know why it's all the way at the bottom. It never does that when you first open it. I apologize. That is extremely weird. But we're just going to find Levels here. Oh, there it is, Levels. And there actually is a color correction like tool thing in Vegas Pro, but I find Levels is so much easier to do by sight and actually does the job perfectly. Whereas when you use the color correction tool you have to meddle around with, like the different blues and yellows, and it just makes it harder to do. So you just take the default one, drop it down onto your video, and then what you want to do is take the input level and move it up. Actually, let's move over the video effects tab just a little bit so you can see my preview window better there. So you take the input level, the first tab, the input start, and you just move it up so your screen starts to look better, which is right about there. And then you just move the input end back until you get the perfect image, which for me is right there. Now it's going to vary from camera to camera in terms of your lighting setup, but again, this is a HD Pro C920 tutorial, so this is the settings that should be just fine for the HD Pro C920. So that's input level at, or input start, sorry, at 0129, or 0.129, sorry, and input end at 0.850, and you should be good to go. And then to save it as a template, real simple, you just rename it in the default tab here to what you want. I would recommend something easy to remember, like just CC for correct color, and then once you're done with that, you say preset and close it out. And then when you open it back up, if you're going to drop the effect in again, it will be right there. You just switch from default to whatever you just saved, and it should automatically go straight to it. And so there you have it. There is how to get your better picture in Sony Vegas Pro 13, but like I said, it should work in any version of Pro. I don't know how far back it'll go, but I should go back to at least 10 because there hasn't been many changes since then. So I hope that really helped you out. And again, if you have another editor, I'm pretty sure that you can look up how to do color correction, and it should be really simple to get done. So hope it really helped you out. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please like the video, hit that subscribe button if you're new here and you like what you saw here today, because I would love to see you again. Thank you to my Patreon supporter, Enya Maiden. Your support is greatly appreciated. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman. And Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.